Shalom, Israel. The ISUPK is hosting the Lord's 55th annual Passover with a all-access pass to the lamb slaughter, all-black party, scripture breakdown class, kids party, the Lord's 55th annual Passover, and the Feast of Unleavened Bread. Get your all-access pass at isupk.com. Starting with April 17th events with the lamb slaughter at 11 a.m. to 6 p.m. in North Carolina. Make sure that you get involved. Make sure that you're in the house at 1921 Strickland Road, Clayton, North Carolina. Followed up on April 18th, Thursday, the all-black party. ISUPK concert series in Durham, North Carolina at the Durham Armory. Last year we tore it down, and this year it's gonna be a whole movie. Then Friday, we have the kids party with a petting zoo. On top of that, it's going to be held at the Sky Zone Trampoline Park with virtual reality included. Get your all-access pass at isupk.com. April 19th in the evening, General Mahaiman's scripture breakdown class. You already know we got the heavy hitter in the building, and it's going to be at the South Square Event Center. Make sure that you're in the house starting at 7 p.m. in Durham, North Carolina. Then April 20th, the moment you've been waiting for, the Lord's 55th annual Passover. Make sure that everybody's in the house, and it's being held at the last Black National Fairgrounds in Pittsboro, North Carolina, starting at 6 p.m. Also housing an actual slave quarters, which you will be able to go and take pictures and video footage in front of it. That's 191 Fairgrounds Road, Pittsboro, North Carolina, April 20th, starting at 6 p.m. Doors open at 4 p.m. for a brunch. Make sure you're in the house on time. Then April 21st, Sunday, is the Feast of Unleavened Bread at the Haiti Heritage Center, 804 Old Fayetteville Street, Durham, North Carolina. Make sure that you are in the house. If you have not booked your hotel room, there are still a few rooms available at the Millennium Hotel. Check the number. Make sure that you call. Rooms are only available while they last.
Outside is a jungle, and I got the heart of a lion. I just did Hebrew Academy, tried through the fire in the heart of a crisis.
Man, you need it. What about the class, the 2024 Hebrew Academy class?
Oh, yeah, man, that's something again.
Oh, man, what about that black party, son?
The black party could go crazy.
What? She's talking about she cleans, she what, but she better shut up.
Man, I need one of them.
I'm telling you, man, and it's order in this school.
I'm on Shabbat. You want to be in this year's 2024 Hebrew Academy class, and I'm gonna tell you why. You're gonna learn discipline. You're gonna learn brotherhood. You're gonna learn how to be in order, and you're gonna learn how to suffer and not give up at any opportunity, man. You understand? And most importantly, you're gonna be authorized, but you're gonna be certified in the Lord's army. Shalom.
You like to talk a lot, but you'll get humbled. Hey, fuck all my enemies, yeah, cause they make a tumble. You gotta be disciplined. Can't do what you want to. Outside is a jungle, and I got the heart of a lion. I just did Hebrew Academy, tried through the fire in the heart of a crisis. Everybody wanna talk tough.
Buddha.
Look, I ain't the hardness. I'm a good soldier. Yeah. My niggas is killers. I ain't gon' hold you. This shit is not for the weak. I already told you. They taught us to yak a rob. Watch how you approach us. Blood of my brothers. This for the blood of my brothers. Yeah. Blood of my brothers. This for the blood of my brothers. Yeah. Blood of my brothers. This for the blood of my brothers. Yeah. Blood of my brothers. This for the blood of my brothers. Yeah. When Babylon fall, the meat gon' inherit the earth. I never turn pussy. You gotta bury me first. I get the word from Cap. I'ma just go, yes sir. Please don't play with your life, or you'll get seriously hurt. Over my brothers. We doing numbers. You like to talk a lot, but you'll get humbled. Hey, fuck on my enemies. Yeah, cause they make a tumble. You gotta be disciplined. Can't do what you want to. Outside is a jungle, and I got the heart of a lion. I just did Hebrew Academy, tried through the fire in the heart of a crisis. Everybody wanna talk tough, but only a dummy and try us. They told me life about war, so I ain't gonna never stop fighting. I know that they fools, but I cannot pity them. Niggas is taking them lies too serious. All black everything know it, but fearing them feds is watching. I gotta stay diligent. I gotta stay militant. Yeah, I know that I'm killing them. I ain't the hardness. I'm a good soldier. My niggas is killers. I ain't gon' hold you. This shit is not for the weak. I already told you. They taught us to yak a rob. Watch how you approach us. Blood of my brothers. This for the blood of my brothers. Blood of my brothers. This for the blood of my brothers. Blood of my brothers. This for the blood of my brothers. Blood of my brothers. This for the blood of my brothers. Front line. That's double time. I ain't throwing no flags. They let their colors fly. I'm UPK certified. Follow the chain of command. We don't want cowards in here. Them niggas can stay where they at. Fuck what they saying is cap. These devils is hunting our steps, so I ain't leaving no tracks. I'm about the Lord business. I ain't playing with them, and I'm standing on that. I got my foot on their neck. I got the world in my hands. I ain't even breaking a sweat. You not even a threat. I'm a soldier. Head on a swivel. I'm always in motion. He move like a coward cause real soldiers don't show no emotion. They just do what they supposed to. Yeah, it's the Lord's army. These niggas fall under pressure. I ain't talking about origami. We went to trials like we was fighting the case for manslaughter. I learned to yak a rob. I put these hands on him. It's crazy they had dropped sword after you would stand for him. He couldn't endure to the end. His cover is hanging in headquarters. Yeah.
All right, man. Most High in Christ. Let's clap it up. Let's clap it up. You know what I mean? I'm Preaching Officer Uraga Bar, 500, and this is your Wednesday night script. It's like a Wednesday night law class. A lot. I like to start the class off like every brother in the school do. How we supposed to do is with a greeting. I like to start off saying Shalom, Yahweh Bahashim, Yahweh Shah Barakatah to all the brothers. Thumb to all the brothers selected. And Yahweh Shemar Alathum Bahashim Yahweh Shah to all the sisters, all right? All right, like every day of the week, we here for so-called blacks, Hispanics, and natives to wake them up, to show them who they are according to the Bible, to let them know that they are those special chosen people of the Lord that's in the Bible, which are known as the Israelites, and they are the Lord's chosen people, all right? All right, so tonight's class will be we'll cover the law. Because it's law class, Wednesday night law class, I figure I'll give you the law. And one of the whole law is important. But one of the most important laws to know when you're here in Babylon, baby Babylon, is what you can and what you can't eat. So tonight we'll be covering the laws of what you can and what you can't eat. All right. So with no further ado, let's jump straight into Leviticus chapter 11, verse 4. All right. Let's get into Leviticus chapter 11, verse 4. Azariah, do you have any questions for me tonight?
Lie.
All right. Well, let me ask you a question. Is it okay to eat human flesh?
Lie.
You sure?
Possible.
All right. That's right. You're right. All right. But the reason why I asked that is because did you know that in the Bible it doesn't say you can't eat human flesh, but we know that would be foul, right?
Mm-hmm.
So why then, when we tell people that they can't eat shrimp, crab, and lobster, or certain type of meat, pork, people love that pork, boy. And why would we tell them that and show them in the Bible that it says they can't? Why do they eat it? What?
If I may, it's because to me it seems like it's just something they were taught and is engraved in their mind. It's almost like perfect example, Jeffrey Dahmer. Everybody looked at him and sees that something is wrong with him because he's eating human flesh and he's eating human remains. But people call him and report him, but then they will go out in the same breath and go order some lobster, some shrimp, pork. To me, all of it's the same.
Yeah, right. It is. But the answer is, and that's a good answer. That's a good response. But the thing is that people don't like discipline. They don't want discipline. They don't want you to tell them what they can and can't do. Blow my mind. Tell me what people's favorite line is when you got young kids. You got a young daughter. What's their favorite line when you raising them up and you tell them to do something and they get of age? What do they always tell you when you tell them to do something? I'm grown. You can't tell me what to do, but the Lord can tell you what to do, and the Lord does tell us what to do. Now it's up to us to hearken to it, or it's up to us not to hearken to it. But if we don't hearken to it, there will be consequences. Meaning, if we don't want to listen to the Lord when He tells us not to eat certain things, go ahead and eat it. Go ahead. You'll have high blood pressure, diabetes. It'll be all type of thing. Worms all in your stomach coming out to your bottom. You know what I'm saying? Like it'll just be all type of stuff going wrong with you. And when you have those things going on in your body, what is the outcome of having those things?
Being unhealthy
and unalived.
Yeah.
You end up passing away from high blood pressure. That can kill you, right? You can be unalived by what else did I mention? You can be unalived by. Can you get seafood poisoning? Can that kill you? You sure?
I'm not too sure about that.
Where's Alexis at? Alexis, is she over there? You see her? Is she on?
Mhm.
It's a lot here, y'all. This is not. Alexa, can you die from seafood poisoning?
From NIH.gov. Severe cases of many different types of seafood poisonings can result in fatalities.
Oh, okay. Thank you, Alexa. Thank you. So you can die from seafood poisoning. You can die from that. You can be unalived from that. So the things that the Lord tells us not to do, He's telling us not to do it because it's going to lead to our demise. It will lead to our demise. Go ahead.
If I may, to be honest with you, I feel like that's why so many diseases are at such a high stake right now.
Mm-hmm.
So many people, all ages, are getting cancer and having all kinds of health conditions.
Right.
And it's all because of what you put in your body.
Yeah. And that's right. But what's even more heavier is that it's because we're living in this corrupted nation. We're under oppression. The oppressor is the one who pushes out this food. The oppressor is the one who tell you that it's okay to to eat this food that they're what do they say? They're prolonging it, giving it longevity. You can eat it. It lasts longer. But what they don't tell you is that they're putting certain things in that food, which will end up being with you having high blood pressure or having other things going on with you, all right? But we're going to get into this scripture tonight. I like to take the water to everybody tuning in. You know what I mean? So, again, we're going to Leviticus chapter 11, verse 4. And it reads, "And the Lord spake unto Moses and to Aaron, saying unto them, Speak unto the children of Israel, saying, These are the beasts which ye shall eat among all the beasts that are on the earth." Man, the Lord told Moses and Aaron, these are the things we should eat of all the beasts on the earth. Now, just give you a brief summary that the laws in Leviticus came from Moses. The Most High talked to Moses and Aaron. At this particular time, Moses was the leader of Israel. All right? This is around the time when we just got out of Egypt and out of captivity, and we were in a wilderness. And the Most High was using Moses to speak to the children of Israel. Again, if you know anything about Israel, we always have a leader that we're under. And if you don't know, let me introduce you to our leader, and that's Commanding General Yohanan. He's our leader. That's who we're under now. You know what I mean? But at this time, Moses was the leader of Israel, and Aaron was like his, if you want to relate it to like the world, Aaron was like his VP. If Moses was the president, Aaron was the VP. All right? But let's continue on. So he told them, and he spoke to the children of Israel, saying, These are the beasts which ye shall eat among all the beasts that are on the earth. Verse 3. Whatsoever parteth the hoof, and is clove-footed, and cheweth the cud among the beasts that shall ye eat. So he said, whatever is clove-footed and cheweth the cud. Okay, what does it mean to cheweth the cud? To cheweth the cud means that the animals slowly chew their partly digested food over and over again in their mouth before finally swallowing it. All right. So to chew the cud, meaning you want to eat animals that's going to chew their food to it's going to look like you had it in a grinder. Those are the animals you want to eat. But they also have to what? They also have to, blow my mind, parteth the hoof. What does that mean? That means their feet will look a certain way. All right? Give me 1 second, Israel. Salakia. I'll give you an example. All right. Salakia for that. Give you a picture of what the hub will look like, how their feet will look. If you can see this picture, which I'm sure you can, this picture here is a picture of a goat foot. This is how a goat's foot looks. This is what it means when the Lord said that they will part the hoof. You can see it. You might be late because you answered the phone. All right. This is what it looked like parted the hoof, okay? All right? Now, there are animals who have this foot that looks the same as this, but guess what they don't do? They don't chew the cud, meaning they don't chew their food all the way up. Their feet might look like this. And if you go judging based off the feet, you might say, I can eat that. But they don't chew their food all the way up. Now, let me show you the foot of a pig, okay? This class is this is for educational purposes, okay? It's for educational purposes because it's very important for us to know what what we getting ourselves into, all right, when we eat these. Oh, they got pig feet cooked on here. Boy, these people. Man, I want to see a raw foot. I can't find one. They got feet of pig feet. I want to see a real pig's foot, and they got showing me pig feet cooked. Boy, these are oppressive. Tell you, here we go. There we go. Now, if you see this pig foot here, which looks very disgusting and sick, if you see that foot there, you will see that that foot has what? That foot is salakia. It parted the hoof. So this foot is split, right? It's divided. But then again, a pig does not chew the cud, right? So therefore, this will make this pig unlawful, right? And we're going to continue on in this script and get some more. But I just wanted to show you guys that, all right? Let's continue on. Verse 3. Whatsoever parteth the hoof, it is whole-footed, and cheweth the cud among the beasts, that shall ye eat. So we can eat anything that chew the cud and has a hoof. A hoof is just a foot that has division in it, all right? All right? Let's continue on. Verse 4. Nevertheless, these shall ye not eat of them that chew the cud, or of them that divide the hoof, as the camel, because the camel, he chew the cud, but divided not the hoof. He is unclean unto you, meaning you can't eat that camel. Now let's get a picture of a camel's foot, right? Because he said the camel chewed the cud, and shout out to my rib when we went to Cabo. She talked me into getting on the damn camel. All right, so we rode on that camel, and the camel was for the best way to put it was he was all right. All right, he was cool. He was cool, but it's biblical. Everything you do, you want to tie it to being biblical. Okay, so let's get a picture of a camel's foot. All right. So lucky y'all, I'm taking a long time to get things going, but I just want to really show you guys what I'm talking about here, all right? Okay. This is a camel's foot. Oh, Salaki, y'all, my bad. Let me get to it. My bad for the technical difficulties. Get straight to it, though. All right. This is a camel's foot right here. Can I blow this up? Look Middle Eastern. Let's see if I can blow it up even more. Did I mess something up? All right, let me go back. It won't let me blow it up, but I think you guys got the picture here. All right. This is a camel's foot. Now, if you notice the camel's foot, his foot is not divided. All right. The camel's foot is not divided. It's a foot, but you see here, it's not split. All right. So this camel chew really slow because he chews his food up. That's like when your mom used to tell you, boy, chew your food up before you swallow it. Those are the animals we can eat. Animals who chew their food up before they swallow it. But if they foot look like a Middle Eastern man foot, like this camel's foot look, then you cannot eat this animal. He is unclean. And if you choose to eat it, which everyone feel like they have a choice to do what they want to, you'll know about it. You probably wouldn't like it, first and foremost, but if you do, you probably get sick. You probably get high blood pressure. You probably, the Lord will deal with you in the ways he wants, especially, and again, this is for Israel. I'm not talking about everybody else. As we know over there in China, they eat bats. They eat elephant, what is it called? The nose of an elephant. Snout. They eat elephant snout. We know that. We know over there in India, they bathe themselves in cow manure. For whatever reason they think that is good for, all right? But the Lord told us that we can't do these things, all right? Let me remove this picture and we can continue on. Again, this class is going to educate you on what to eat and what to look for. It's very important, okay? Let's continue on. Nevertheless, these shall ye not eat of the, Salaki, read that part. Sorry, Salaki, y'all. Verse 5, and the cunning. Let's look that up. I'm gonna show y'all pictures as we go of the things that the Bible is bringing out. All right, it's very important because I want you guys to understand how things look and keep you with me. All right, Salaki, y'all bear with me. Let me see here. This image here. All right. So lucky, y'all. I know I'm doing a lot, but just bear with me. You'll get my drift shortly. Right. So this picture here is a Connie. All right. Now, the Most High said, let me go back. And the Connie, because he chewed the cud, but divided not the huff. He is unclean unto you. And the hair, because he chewed the cud, but divided not the huff. He is unclean unto you as well. Now, if you look at this little thing, it's like a guinea pig. If you can see this, it literally looks like a guinea pig, all right? And really, it's related to the rabbit. It's related to the rabbit. Now, are rabbits lawful to eat? Can we eat rabbit? La. We can't eat rabbits, right? You're right. We can't eat rabbits. Why? Because the rabbit foot most likely looks like this foot. And if the rabbit foot is a huff, most likely the rabbit don't do what? Chew the cud. He don't chew his food up, and I'm almost sure that the rabbit doesn't. That rabbit will take about 3 bites out of a carrot and good night. You know what I mean? These things are unlawful for us to eat. All right? So we're going to continue on, all right? So, verse 7. And the swine. Do I need to go back to that picture of a pig for you? To show you the swine that the Lord is saying we can't eat? I know y'all know how a pig looks, right? We can't eat a pig. He said, and the swine. Let's continue on. Though he divided the huff, though the pig foot is kind of split. Salakia, for earlier I said it wasn't. It is kind of split. But he don't chew the cud. Meaning a pig is just going to bite and chew and swallow. Chew and swallow. A pig, if you throw a dead human carcass inside of a pig's bin, right? A pigsty, Salakia, that human body will be gone in, give it 30 days, 60 days. You won't even find a bone, right? Because that pig can eat anything, and he's not going to take his time eating it either. I pray you understand that. All right, let's continue on. Yet he cheweth not the cud, he is unclean to you. Verse 8, of their flesh shall ye not eat, and their carcass shall ye not touch. They are unclean to you. So if you see a dead pig in the middle of the road, and you jump out the car and say, I'm going to move. Jump out the car and say, I'm going to move this pig out my way so I can continue on. You are unclean. You are unclean. Most likely you're unclean to the evening or to sundown. If it's in the day, or you unclean to the next day, depending on when you touch it. And that goes for the kani, the hair. And the hair, it looks like a rabbit. Actually, the hair looks like a rabbit, but it doesn't. And I want to go into that animal. It doesn't travel through the barrels. The rabbits make burrows, right, to travel on the ground. That's why Bugs Bunny would jump in the hole and go on the ground, right? Rabbits make tunnels, right?
Oh, yeah.
But the hair doesn't make tunnels. The hair instead, it makes nests in the grass. So if you ever see and they look like rabbits, they're just a little bit bigger. They're bigger. They're larger. And if you see something in the grass that looks like a rabbit, and you say, "Oh, why are rabbits on top?" That's most likely a hare, what they would call a hare. All right. So that's a little bit of education for y'all. You know what I mean? Everything that looks like something is not it. How do we know that? Blow my mind. Because America call us African Americans, but we don't look like Africans because we're not Africans. So everything that seems to look alike doesn't really have a connection. All right. All right, let's continue on. Salaki, y'all. All right, so it's unclean. If you touch that carcass, you'll be unclean from touching that carcass. Now let's go into water creatures. All right, now here we go. I gotta take my cover off on this. This cover gets hot. I pray you understand. Everyone can't have one of these. I pray you understand that, Salaki. This cover gets hot because I got it out the fire. They're saying in the world they got it out the mud. I was trying through the fire for this cover. It's hot. All right, let's continue on. We're going to Leviticus chapter 11, verse 9. All right. See here. And it reads, "These shall ye eat of all that are in the water, whatsoever have fins and scales." All right. I'm not going to pull out the pictures for fins and scales. I'm going to assume everyone may know how a fin will look. Fin sticks up. You'll see the fin sticking up, right? Now, if you don't know what the purpose of a fin is, Azara, I'm sure you do. You're very intelligent. You're an intelligent sister. What is a fin used for on a fish? What do they have fins for?
Open swim.
Yeah, exactly. I knew it. You must study in the UPK. I'll tell you that. So she's right. The sister said to swim. It also does several other things for the fish, right? It balances them. It keeps them, it gives them stability. And it also helps them steer. So if they want to go left, that fin is helping them turn left. Turn right. Go up and go down. That fin is helping them for that, all right? Now let's, go ahead.
Oh, no, never mind. That's a fin. I was thinking.
No, go ahead.
I was gonna say, no, they don't breathe from their fins. They breathe from their I forgot what those are called on their scales. The little flaps on the scales is where they breathe.
Maybe that might be a point where they breathe at, but you know, hey, we're talking about steering right now, right? Swimming, right? All right, let's continue on. All right, where are we at? Salaki. And scales in the water. So what are scales? Scales are what, Izara?
The body structure, the bones of the fish.
Not the bones, the scales are on the outside of the fish, right? What's the purpose for the scales? Now, a lot of people don't know this because I didn't know it. And if you don't know it, you know, there's no problem. I can answer it for you, and then you'll know it.
Yeah, I would say to protect the.
Yeah, there you go. To protect them, man. And you hot. You playing a lot of people here. All right. So scales on the fish is to provide protection from predators. Now, if a shark come by the little bitty trout, that trout is good night. All right. But the predators that's equal to the trout. right? So that's what they are for, okay? Now let's continue on. Salaki. In the seas and in the rivers, them shall ye eat. Verse 10. And all that have not fins and scales in the sea and in the rivers, of all that move in the waters, and of any living thing which is in the waters, they shall be an abomination unto you. Wait a minute. So he said, if they don't have fins and they don't have scales, they are an abomination to you. So crab is a what?
Abomination.
Oh, okay. So lobster is a what?
Abomination.
Okay. So what was that fish they was trying to get us to eat out there in Cabo?
Marlin.
The marlin is an abomination. Yeah. Tuna, abomination. So the Lord is telling you here, these things are an abomination, meaning they're disgusting. You can't eat these things. All right? Alexa, what is the definition of an abomination?
An abomination is something deeply disliked or abhorred, causing
Okay.
intense aversion or loathing.
Thank you,
It can
Alexa.
also refer
Alexa,
to-
stop. So an abomination is something that's just not agreed upon with the Lord. It's disgusting. All right? It's low. So when you see your friends all on Facebook and they got a crab dinner and they sitting there and talk about how they do it big in lobster, I like to call it lobster. And they got it sitting there, boy, with all that butter on it, and the butter go kill them by itself. Clog arteries like a mug. But they got that lobster right there, and we just heard from Alexa that you can die from seafood poisoning. But we are such of a hard-headed people, right? We are such of a hard-headed people, all right? So that's an abomination. Let's continue on verse 11. They shall be even an abomination unto you. Ye shall not eat of their flesh. So we should eat of their flesh, which most people say, I don't eat the crab flesh anyway. I eat this inside of the crab. Let's continue on. But ye shall have their carcasses, ye shall have their carcasses in an abomination. So verse 12. Whatsoever have not fins nor scales in the water, they shall be an abomination unto you. So if a crab don't have fins and scales, if a shrimp don't have fins and scales, and we know that the shrimp is nothing but a cockroach of the sea. If you won't reach in your cabinet and grab a cockroach, them same people who eat that shrimp, they love it. They love it. They got that gloves on and a baby bib on, eating shrimp. And if you won't grab that cockroach out your cabinet, then you shouldn't grab that shrimp out of the sea. Right? All right? Because why shouldn't you eat a cockroach? Why? I'm asking you, why shouldn't you eat a cockroach? People who love shrimp won't eat a cockroach, but why would they say they won't eat the cockroach? Because it's what?
It's like a pesticide.
And it would be considered what?
Poisonous and nasty.
And nasty, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So is a crab. So is a shrimp. It's nasty. So is a lobster. It's nasty. Anything without fins and scales is nasty. Don't get caught up in because I'm in a time that's different from these times, I can do it. No, get caught up on I'm in a time that's different from those times and I still can't do it. I'm going to follow the laws of the Lord. These are the laws. And it's never that something is so good that you want to eat it. Nothing is so good to you that you want to disobey your father. Nothing, right? So let's continue on. Salaki. We're going to go to verse 13. And in verse 13, we'll cover unclean fowls. Do you know what an unclean fowl is, Ezra? Okay, that's all right. So a fowl is a bird. Something that flies. They got wings and they fly. People love chicken. They got wings, right? They're all right. We can eat those. I just ate some chicken earlier. But certain birds we cannot eat. And the Lord goes into telling us what birds we can't eat. And this is very vital to know because a lot of people in this world today, look, if they can eat the bald eagle or an eagle, you know you'll go to jail for unaliving an eagle. You'll go serve more time in jail for unaliving an eagle than you would for killing a true Israelite here in America. How do I know? Look at the police every day. They don't do any time for killing their brothers and sisters, but you go out here and hunt an eagle, you'll be doing 15 in life dang near. Alexa, how many years can you get in America for unaliving an eagle?
The Bald and Golden Eagle Protection Act provides for a maximum penalty of 1 year in prison and a $250,000 fine for unalloying an eagle. This penalty can increase to a maximum of 5 years in prison and a $250,000 fine under the Lacey Act. Also, I can kickstart your brain in the morning with amazing facts and news when I hear your alarm.
Alexa, Alexa, stop. So you can get 5 years for killing an eagle. Cops don't get any time for unaliving so-called blacks, Hispanics, and natives. I pray you understand that. America didn't get any time for what they've done to blacks, Hispanics, and natives. America can put our kids in cages and feed our babies to gators, and they get no time for that. What?
Or if I may, just like that video we seen the other day where in Mexico they got that gate there, and they break down.
Oh yeah, they was trying to get through that gate. Yeah, yeah.
Same thing.
Yeah, they'll cage us and they'll discipline us, but if they do it, they turn the other cheek, and it makes sense. You know what I mean? So let's continue on, right? So, and these are they which ye shall have an abomination among the fowls. They shall not be eaten; they are an abomination. The eagle and the I can't pronounce it. Ostrich. There we go. Ostrich and the osprey and the vulture and the kite after his kind. Every raven after his kind, and the owl and the nighthawk and the cook-hawk, and the hawk after his kind, and the little owl and the coromant, and the great owl. So I didn't know I had all these different owls. It's a lot of owls. It's a great owl. It's a Alexa. How many owls is it in the world?
From mountainview.gov. One world, 24 hours on planet Earth.
Alexa, how many owls are there in the world?
Scientists estimate there is a total of 8.7 million different species in the world.
Okay.
Of those species.
Okay, Alexa, stop. It's a lot of them, all right? All right, we got to tune our Alexas up. She's been kind of down for a minute, so I'm sure she just doesn't have it right now. All right, but there's a lot of owls. Okay, let's continue on. And the swain, and the pelican, and the Gary eagle, and the stork, and the heron after her kind, and the lapwing, and the bat. The bat? Wait a minute. You mean to tell me that what they're doing in Asia is in the Bible? Yes, because they do not have the laws that we have. It's not meant for them to have these laws. So you know what? They eat them anyway. It was never given to them. It was never given to them. And you know what your oppressor do when he get a chance? He runs right over there to Asia and he eats some of that bat too. He drinks some of that bat stew and juice and he love it. Believe me, he love it. When I was working out of slavery and my supervisor came back from somewhere in Europe and was telling me how ratting over these blood sausage. And they were so good, man. And I just was looking at this brother like the whole time my stomach is turning. Blood sausage? Come on, man. Like, are you serious? These people look, it's nothing that they won't try. But it's not surprising because the laws weren't given to them. The laws was only given to us, Israel, so-called black man, Hispanic man, and Native man. All right? Let's continue on. Salaki. All fowls that creepeth going upon all fours shall be an abomination unto you. What is a fowl that creepeth and go upon all fours? Go ahead, I want to hear.
Oh,
What fowl? Now we just talk about, so a fowl is pretty much not just birds, Salakia. It's something that flies. All right? It's something that can fly. That has wings. All right. Now what can go on all fours that fly? Most birds have 2 legs, right? So what can go on all fours?
falcon.
You know. So insects. Insects. What we would call insects. So do we call spiders insects? We don't? Do we call roaches insects? We do. So people not gonna eat them, but they gonna eat that shrimp, huh? They ain't gonna eat no, nothing else, but they gonna eat that shrimp. They eat that shrimp is not it's not as disgusting as a roach, but it's considered the same. It's an abomination to the Lord. All right. So when it talks about fowls that have that crawls on all fours, they're basically insects. All right. Let me just get here real quick. All flying insects that creep on all fours shall be an abomination unto us. All right. Now let's continue on. Where is it at? We're going to go to verse 21. This is Leviticus chapter 11, verse 21. Now we're going to go into flying, creeping things. So we're going to go more into flying things. All right. Yet these may ye eat of every flying, creeping thing that goes up upon all fours, which have legs above their feet to leap through all upon the earth. So it's certain things we can eat that leaps, that have legs that leaps. So what's one thing that have legs that leaps and hops around with wings?
Grasshopper.
See, good job. Grasshoppers. Do you think we can eat grasshoppers? You just wouldn't eat a grasshopper. Right? You just wouldn't eat one because you like it disgusting. But that's how I feel about shrimp. I wouldn't want to eat a grasshopper. Now listen. Understand this. These things in the Bible that tell you might can eat them, if you don't want to eat them, you don't have to eat them. Right? But if the Lord is telling you what not to eat, you shouldn't want to eat it. See how backwards we are? You know what I mean? So let's get into the flying things he said we can eat. All right? Verse 22. Even these of them ye may eat. The lucus after his kind. Do anybody know what a lucus is out there?
If I may, is it a lucus in the form of like a caterpillar?
You see me again? Okay. A lucus is in the form of a grasshopper. So a lucus looks just like a grasshopper, all right? For the people out there who may be watching, I'm going to get a picture of a lucus, okay? Because I want you to see what a lucus looks like. Please bear with me, all right? A locust, Salaki, I said lucus. A locust. Salaki, Locust. Okay, take the water. All right. Now let's go back and share this for you guys to see what I'm talking about here. All right. Now, of course, Izara just said she would not eat a grasshopper. Right? But the Lord said there's nothing you can eat them. You can eat a grasshopper. Now, would I want to eat one? I wouldn't want to eat one of these. I would not want to eat one of these. It just doesn't. It looks disgusting. There's not enough meat on there for me. Salakia to the Adawan above me. You know what I mean? It's not enough meat on there. Go ahead.
If I may, they kind of remind me of like what do they call them crawdads or whatever people be eating.
No, you can't eat those.
No, I know.
Right. Those are roaches.
Well, I mean, like I just wouldn't eat that neither. Like
Okay.
I wouldn't.
You just want to eat a grasshopper.
Yeah,
I get it.
I'm just saying to me personally.
Not yet, right? Not yet. Because if you're starving, if you're hungry enough, you wouldn't eat a grasshopper. Naked and afraid.
I was gonna say.
I'll eat a grasshopper, right? You know that's my show. That's why I'm going to read these laws real good, right? Because I might have to eat a grasshopper on Naked and Afraid. I can't go on there because they naked. I can't show my nakedness, but I do like the show, right? But I may have to eat a grasshopper. If it comes down to push come to shove and I see a field full of grasshoppers, I'm going to come home and say, here, Azariah, make a stew.
Yeah.
Right?
And if I may, actually, what you said is kind of heavy because if you use the words negative and afraid, that's how everybody should be. That is coming into the truth. People that's of the world, they should come in naked and open, not literally naked, but
right.
just completely open,
Right.
and they should fear, God.
Right, and that's heavy, right?
And His laws.
In reality, they look at the world. Everyone out in this world is naked, meaning they don't have the knowledge.
Mhm.
All right, precept. You know a precept for it? Or you want me to give it to you?
If I'm,
Go ahead.
would it be a precept like God so loved the world?
No,
But,
Adam and Eve.
Adam and Eve.
Adam and Eve ran away from Christ. He called their name, said, "Where are you?" They ran and put fig leaves on, which is not actually what they did, but they covered themselves in other nations' garments, other nations' raiment, clothes. And the Lord said, "Where are you?" And they said, "Well, we're over here. We were naked, so we hid." So when you're in the world, you're naked. You don't know, right? And you should be afraid. When you're naked, you're going to be afraid, right? But when you're in the school in the truth, you have the knowledge. So it's nothing I fear but who? Blow my mind. Who do I fear? If there's nothing out here that I fear, because I'm in the truth, I'm living my life right. I don't eat crab. I don't eat shrimp and lobster. I don't sin. I don't fornicate. I don't do anything that the Lord said I shouldn't do. Who do I fear? The Father I fear. There, right. That's who I fear. So I'm not afraid. The world is afraid. They're scared of what Russia's going to do to America. I say raise it. Raise it every morning. I cut the news on early because I hope something rolls in. Right? I want to see it. World War III, I want to see it. Yes. Popcorn ready. Let's go. Right? I want to see these things. Go ahead.
It's really just, it's what you're saying is heavy. It's kind of sad because even at my job, I had some coworkers today. I said, "Well, how do you feel about what Putin said?" And their response was, "What are you talking about?"
They didn't know.
And no, and it's some of our brothers and sisters, and it kind of surprised me because people kind of shut themselves off and become naive, like non-intentionally.
Right. But if you remember, I made a TikTok about the reason why America wants to shut down TikTok is because certain information on TikTok that you wouldn't get on Facebook. I could post the same video I made on TikTok. It might not circulate through Facebook like it's supposed to when I post it, right? And that's important. So they want to limit the knowledge that we push out here. We have prayers that we ask the Most High to open up the airwaves, to open up the radio station, to open up the internet. Well, the Lord has heard His children, and He has opened it up. TikTok has opened it up. Now they know. They're knowing now. All right? And that's important. You got to remember that, all right? So now let's continue on. Salakia. So the bald locust, after his kind, which is the picture I showed before, that looked like a grasshopper, Salakia, and the beetle after his kind, and the grasshopper after his kind. So you can eat these things. Now, would you eat a beetle? I wouldn't eat a beetle neither. But if there's no more food on this earth or no meat, I'm going to come home with a jar full of beetles and say, Izara, make me some beetle soup because the Lord said I can eat it. Now you would say, why wouldn't you eat a beetle? Just tell me, why wouldn't you eat a beetle?
Because they have a lot of juices. From watching Naked and Afraid.
Okay, go ahead.
They got a whole bunch of juices and stuff when you bite into them, so it squirts in your mouth.
Okay.
Even after they're cooked, so that
Ain't that what shrimp do? Ain't that what lobster do when you bite it? It don't be juicy. No.
No.
No, shrimp don't be like that.
Not,
Maybe they cook it too much. Can you imagine eating a raw shrimp?
but,
You ever ate one?
mm-mm.
Yeah, it probably do the same thing. Did it have juice in it?
It's more meat. It was more meaty.
Okay.
Like I don't.
You can trip off the juice. Everything got juice. But okay, now let's go to the beetle. Now you said something that people would say, but they also like beetles probably got diseases, right? Let me tell you about the beetle. The beetle does not attack people. The beetle does not suck blood and do not give people diseases. So now with knowing that, would you eat a beetle? All right, it depends. How dire is the situation now, right? But these are things are lawful. These things that the Lord said we can eat, right? But if you're willing to eat something that the Lord said you can't, not eat something that the Lord said you can't eat, Salakia, but then turn around and eat something that the Lord said you can't eat, how backwards is that? Right? How backwards is it?
Completely.
You know what I mean? And as a people, we have to understand that these laws are made for our purpose to survive and live and follow the Lord and do the things because he's not telling us not to eat them for no reason. As we heard earlier today, it's certain levels of seafood poison that will kill you. Right? You got something you want to say?
If I may.
Go ahead.
So, you're talking about beetles,
Mhm.
and out of curiosity,
Yeah.
I just went and Googled up.
Mhm.
You remember the group The Beatles?
Okay.
I said, well, why did they call themselves The Beatles? I'm just curious because, we're talking about these beetles,
Uh-huh.
and it says they took on the idea of naming themselves after an insect like a cricket because it changed the spelling from a pun on the music beats. But I brought that up just to say some people name themselves after certain things and it has absolutely no connection to the actual people or artifact itself or, insect itself. It was just interesting. It was just something I just looked at.
Well, I'll tell you this. The Beatles are colored, right? So for a white group to name themselves the Beatles, you make me think you wish to be colored.
Yeah.
Right? You want to be a Beatle. Right? The Beatles are lawful. You want to be lawful. But unfortunately, to all my Caucasian people out there that's watching, you ain't got it, B. You ain't got it, Sway. You know what I mean? You ain't got it. The Lord gave it to us, man. You might have took it, but we taking it back. Right? We taking it back. All right, let's continue on. So lock it. Let's continue on, all right? So a beetle is good to eat. So it says, and a beetle after his kind, and a grasshopper after his kind. Verse 23. But all other flying, creeping things which have 4 legs shall be an abomination unto you. So any other thing beside that shall be an abomination unto you. A fly. You can't eat a fly. You can't eat any other thing. Like I don't expect a lot of people to stick around for the class because when I'm telling them you can eat beetles, you like, man, this brother that lost his name out. He gone crazy. But I'm going to eat shrimp tomorrow. You know what I mean? Like, it's backwards. But I'm just breaking down the dietary laws that the Lord gave us, right? Any other things besides what I named that flies, as far as an insect, you can't eat them. Now, certain people will catch a fly and eat it. In some places in the Middle East, they'll cook up. You don't believe. Y'all don't believe your rocket bar. I'm going to show you right here. This is a perfect video of Middle Eastern man cooking flies. I seen this video on TikTok the other day and I was disgusted by the video, but Let me see. So like if I can find it, y'all, I can't find it. I'm not trying to waste too much time. Maybe what Middle Eastern. Maybe he was Indian. Like they won't let me show you. Like y'all, just bear with me. It's not letting me show this video for some strange reason. Okay, this is something I didn't see up here. So like y'all. Okay. And again, continue as a guest. No. Yeah, they're not letting me do it. Okay, y'all. Salakia, they're trying to get this to show. They're not letting me show it. I don't know. I'm not logged into TikTok on this device, y'all. So my bad. Let me try this one more time. Oh, he's making bread with flies. He's making bread with flies. Let's share this. And you got to understand, like, we are the holy people, man. We don't do the things they do not. He's on here, and he's trying his best to clean off the flies of the bread. You see it? And he's like, yeah, I'll take care of it. So lucky, I'm trying to still work here out there with me. Dang. Messed up. He's trying to clean them off. But do you really think he's going to get all these flies off of that dough? Somebody can fry bread tonight. These things are an abomination to do. And look, he's slapping them, kill them on top of your bread, though. And he's going to tell you at the Indian. If anybody go to Indian restaurants and love their bread, if you go to Indian, they give you that bread, they eat the hands and all that. Be aware of who you eating from. Who's eating you? You're eating flies. My stomach is hurt now. I think I would stop this video. That's enough for me. All right? You're eating flies when you go to these places or these heathens, and you think you eat something that's healthy. We love to call things healthy. So when you think you're eating things that's healthy, you're eating things that's an abomination. All right? Let's continue on. All right? Okay, so we're going to drop that. Let's go to Leviticus chapter 11, verse 29, okay? And we're going to go back into more creepy things, okay? These also shall be unclean unto you among the creeping things that creep upon the earth. The wassail, and the mouse, and the tortoise, after his kind. So you can't eat mice. We seen them do that on Naked and Afraid. They eat mice, and they love it. They say it tastes like chicken. And the ferret, and the chameleon, lemon, and the lizard, and the snail. You can't eat those things. Lizards and snails, you can't eat them. Now, can you pick one up and play with it? I'm sure you can. But you can't smash it and eat it and call it tofu. That's against the Lord. It's an abomination. And moles, you can't eat them. Verse 31. These are unclean to you among all the creeps of all that creep. Whosoever doeth touch them, when they be dead, shall be unclean unto eve, which means sundown. Verse 32. And upon whosoever, whatsoever, any of them, when they are dead, doeth fall, and it shall be unclean. So if it dies, it shall be unclean. So if you see a dead snail, know it shall be unclean. Salaki. Somebody breaking the car or something.
It is.
Salaki, y'all. My bad. Sound like somebody was trying to break in the whips in the back. All right, let's continue on. And upon whatsoever any of them, when they are dead, doeth fall, it shall be unclean, whether it be in any vessel of wood, or raiment, or skin, or sack, whatsoever vessel it be, wherein any work is done, it must be put into water. The Lord is saying this: if you have a vessel, a pot, or anything, and you is something like creeping thing die in that pot, clean it. Must be put in water. He's saying clean it, right? So that dough that brother, that heathen was working with, he can't clean that. He had to throw that away. You would have to throw that away. Let's continue on, all right? It shall be clean. Verse 33. And every earthly vessel whereinto any of them falleth, whatsoever it is in it shall be unclean. So an earthly vessel is what? What is an earthly vessel? Yeah. You know it. Just say what you think. Don't second guess yourself. What are you?
The Israelite
You're a vessel, right?
vessel.
A vessel, right? The Lord uses you.
Oh, an earthly vessel is someone that's not in the truth.
No, an earthly vessel is just a human, right? You can just say human, or a vessel, you know what I mean? You're not necessarily being true, but an earthly vessel. In this context, I love to look at as Israelites. Everything to me, the Bible is for Israelites, so I don't think of anything outside of it. But an earthly vessel, right? All right, let's continue on. And every earthly vessel whereinto any of them falleth, whatsoever is in it shall be unclean, and ye shall break it. And some vessels, earthly vessels, would be vessels that you would make with clay and all that other stuff. The Lord, like, look, these dead things fall in there, man. You gotta break that. I pray you understand. That sounds like a black person, a sister who has a roach crawling in her pot. I know women who find a roach or something in their pots and they throw the whole pot away. Right? It's like, no, I'm not cooking like this no more. What the heck was that? Right? So, it's just, that's how you know this book is for black people. All right, let's continue on. Verse 34, of all meat which may be eaten, that on which such water cometh shall be unclean. And all drink that may be drunk in every such vessel shall be unclean. So if these things die in your water, in your food, Like we just saw the heathen playing with flies. The Lord said it will be unclean. You can't eat those things. But then again, some people do. Verse 35, and everything whereupon any part of their carcass falleth shall be unclean. Anything that just dies, has a dead carcass, is unclean. Now that's different between something that's been butchered, because it once was alive, you unalived it to butcher it, to eat it. It's different than having something dead. A dead cat is laying there, and you know cats aren't unlawful, but you going down a Wong Tong Fu and you eating that cat dry fried rib that he giving you, you know, you thinking it's part. I love them dry fried rib. He putting extra salt on it because it's cat paw. And you running down there and eating it, that's unlawful. I had a Chinese food spot in my neighborhood, and it was, when I moved over there was little cats everywhere. I stayed next door to it. And I was just naming the cats. This Larry Curly. I'm just naming them whatever I want to name them. He got some cat's eyes was leaking. I'm wondering why. I'm thinking it's just was born like that. Then all of a sudden, one day I come outside, I couldn't find the cat. I knew that this Chinese food, Mr. Chow's, was cooking all the cat. I knew it. These heathens going to cook what they want to cook, and they're going to feed it to you, which is why we got to not go that way. We got to remain holy, which means separate. We need to create more Israelite restaurants. You know, I'll be all having dreams and weird dreams about creating a restaurant called The Truth, and it's connected to a club called The Truth, and it's just the truth. Everything lawful. Create a restaurant called Lawful. That'd be beautiful. But we have to do those things because why? If we don't, we only can trust each other. That's why the UPK is a family here, where it says tight-knit family. And I only trust my sisters and brothers in this school. I can go to the Passovers and trust that when we eat this lamb, that lamb was cleaned and cooked properly. And I know because I taste it. The bread is cooked properly and taken care of properly. You can't go to these other nations to expect them to take care of you. Why? Because they do not care for you. All right? Let's continue on. Let's continue, Salaki. Shall be unclean. Whether it be oven or range for pots, they shall be broken down, for they are unclean and shall be unclean unto you. The Lord said if it's an oven and a range for a pot, the range is just a stove. He's saying you should break that baby down and get rid of it. It's unclean. Like the Lord is like a black person. If your stove or something get infested with cockroaches or rats or something, you don't even want to cook on that stove no more. You shouldn't. Right? You're going to get rid of it. Same with the Lord. He's saying get rid of those things. Verse 36, nevertheless, a fountain or pit wherein there is plenty of water shall be clean. So if you have a pit or something with a lot of water, it should be clean. Yeah, of course, we know that. But that which touches their carcass shall be unclean. So if a dead cat carcass drop in your pit of water, it's unclean. If some shrimp fall in your water, that's dead shrimp, is unclean. And you know, the shrimp and the seafood is really important for us to understand, because you don't want your box smelling like that. You don't want your box smelling like shrimp, sis, and crab. You know what I mean? Hey, dang, it's bad enough you got administration, but you want to go out here when you ain't got one and make it one? Come on, man. Let's get it right, man. Let's continue on. It's a lot. But which touches their carcass shall be unclean. Verse 37. And if any part of their carcass fall upon and sowing seed, which is to be sowed, it shall be clean. I'm thinking more like sowing seed is growing like when you plant a garden. Your harvest may not be in yet, but you might find a dead something in your harvest on your land that you're trying to grow. Get rid of that, whatever it is, and getting it out of there while the growth is still taking place, it should be clean. You don't got to necessarily break up all your leaves and throw them away and start over again, right? All right. But if any water be put upon the seed, and any part of their carcass fall thereon, it shall be unclean unto you. So if you have a dead animal laying on your garden, the seeds ain't came through yet, but it's planted, and you say, well, let me just water it. You're putting all that nastiness in your harvest. That's unclean to you. Get rid of it, throw it away. All right, verse 39. And if any beast of which ye may eat die, he that touches the carcass thereof shall be unclean unto evening. So if we got a farm, and I like goats, cows, and lambs. I love them. But if my lamb die, and I go out there and pick my lamb up to get that dead lamb away from my other animals, I'm unclean for the night. I'm unclean unto eve. All right. Let's continue on. 39. And if any beast of which ye may eat, select it. 40. And he that eateth of the carcass of it shall wash his clothes and be unclean until the eve. So if you see a dead lamb out there and the lamb just died, and you go get that lamb and say, I'm going to eat this lamb, brother, you unclean. You need to wash your clothes, and you need to understand that you're unclean to the eve, right? You're unclean to the eve, all right? Let's continue on. He also that breedeth the carcass of it, that beareth the carcass of it shall wash his clothes and be unclean unto the eve. Now, beareth mean of what? What do beareth mean? The Lord said, I'm going to bear this cross. I'm going to carry my cross. So any brother that come out there and pick that up and carry it shall be unclean. All right? You should be unclean. All right. Let me see. So lock it up. Until the eve. Verse 41. And every creeping thing that creepeth upon the earth shall be an abomination. It shall not be eaten. 42. Whatsoever goeth upon the belly, and whatsoever goeth upon all fours, or whatsoever have more feet among all creeping things that creep upon the earth, them ye shall not eat, for they are an abomination. What have more feet than these creeping things that we already covered? Caterpillars. Caterpillars got a lot of feet, right? You can't eat them, right? So we have a strict dietary law to follow. Let's continue on, verse 43. Ye shall make yourselves ye shall make yourselves abominable with any creepy things that creepeth, neither shall ye make yourselves unclean with them, that ye should be defiled thereby. Meaning, you should eat any of these things that will make you unclean. You should not intake these things knowing that these things are unclean or an abomination. This is what the Lord is telling us, Israel, so-called Black, Hispanic, and Native man. All right? We're going to drop that, and then we're going to go into Leviticus 44 through 47, and then we're going to wrap it up. So lock in for the kind of quick class. But this 44 and 47 is talking about people to sanctify themselves. And verse 44, Leviticus 11 and 44 reads, For I am the Lord your God. Ye shall therefore sanctify yourselves, and ye shall be holy. What does it mean to sanctify yourself, Isaiah?
Commit yourself and think yourself.
Sanctify means to be set apart, to be holy, to be free from sin. So isn't it ironic how the Lord will tell you about what you should not eat, and then he goes into telling you how you should be sanctified, how you should sanctify yourself, and ye shall be holy, for I am holy. See how the Lord keeps tying himself to Israel, like a father would tie himself to his son or daughter? This is how you know Christ. Blow my mind. what color is Christ? I mean, what color was God? This is God talking. So what color is God if he's tying this stuff to these people? What would you say? What color? If he had a color, what color would he be?
Well, who didn't say he's black?
Who said Christ was black?
Christ is black.
But now, if
He's
we want
black.
to use that, we can use that too. If Christ is talking about his father, I have a father too. My father looked like me, right? I'm saying my father looked like me, right? So how would Christ's father look?
Like him.
Exactly. So based off of what we read in the Bible, it's telling us that God is what?
Black.
A man of color. All right. You know what I mean? That's heavy, right? That's heavy. But he created all. So he might not be just one. He might be a mixture of every single, all 12 tribes. Beautiful. Long hair. He ain't cut it until he had it. I mean, if we can see him. You know, there really is scriptures that say he came in a burning bush. No one never had an actual visual of seeing Christ. But you can just imagine that if he picked these special people and to keep them away from the rest of the world and separate them from everybody else, you can just imagine that as him being our father and our king, he looks like us, all right? All right, let's continue on. For I am holy, neither shall ye defile yourselves with any manner of creeping things that creepeth upon the earth. So the Lord said you shouldn't defile yourself by eating those things. So if you like shrimp, crab, lobster, pork, all that, man, you defiling yourself. If you want to eat bats and you want to eat eagles and you want to eat what else? Bald eagles and hawks, you defiling yourself when you're eating those things. All right? So let's continue. Verse 45. For I am the Lord that bringeth you up out of the land of Egypt to be your God. Ye shall therefore be holy, for I am holy. Again, he's telling us to be holy because he is holy. He said he brought us up out of Egypt to be our God. We're back in Egypt again. So what do we need to do to get aligned back up with our God? Be what?
Follow the laws and
Be holy. Be holy. Key in right now. I need you to key in. Whatever, that's not important. We in class, key in. So I'm going to read it again. I want it to make sense. It's verse 45. For I am the Lord that bringeth you up out of the land of Egypt to be your God. Ye shall therefore be holy, for I am holy. We are in Egypt again. So if we want to line ourselves up back with our God and we want to get in a line up with God, what do we need to do? Be what?
holy,
Holy. We need to be holy. And what do holy mean? To be separate. So we need to be separate from the people around us. And this goes back to time because before in Adam and Eve days, they had to be what? Holy. Because they had to be separate from what? The people around them. Exactly. So there's nothing new under the sun. So the Lord is talking to us right now. He's telling us these things we should do. We have to do them. This is why the UPK is who we are. This is why we teach the way we teach and we live the way we live. We're supposed to be separate from these people. It's important. All right? So I don't understand why everybody want to say they praising the same God because I understand it because they can do whatever they want to do. You can be a whore and you can go to the Christian church and say we all are in here praising the same God, so it doesn't matter who I am. But in reality, in this school, when you get into the real truth and you follow the Lord the way you're supposed to here, you can't be that. You can't be a woman who wants to challenge her husband. You can't be a man who wants to sleep with random women everywhere and which woman, whatever woman. You can't do those things. You have to keep your kids in order. You got to keep your house in order. You got to lead by example. If you're a priest in this school, believe me, every brother is doing what I do. My sacrifices is the same as any other brother that's in this school sacrifice the same way. We are one body. Go ahead.
if I may, sir, it seems like the only religion I would honestly say that allows their women to do anything is Christianity. Because when you think about it, think about all these other religions, their women don't act like that.
No, they don't.
General.
And you know what? and this is not even a religion. This is our way of life. So everybody who has religion bit off of what we do. Of course, the oppressor, he wants to feel like he's God, so he's going to do things the way he wants to do it. The Sandman, which is the, not to be those people over there, the Middle Easterns, they wanted to be like us. They envied us. It goes back to Isaac and Ishmael. Ishmael envied Isaac because Isaac was born with the covenant of the Lord. He was born that was tied to the truth. He wasn't. Ishmael wasn't. So Ishmael envied Isaac for that. And that's just what the rest of the world does to us to this day. That's why everyone have no problem with telling us who we're not. But if it's going to benefit them, again, the same thing I said last night, want to go to war? You want to get those people who are around you to not be on your team no more. Same with Puff Diddy, Nasty Diddy. Same with TD Snakes and being swallowed. You after a while, when that bomb drop, you'll notice who really with you. Those other people who want to be swallowed, they'll be standing there with you. The ones who never would thought you would do it, they're gone. You have to be separate from these people, man, in all of their ways. So again, who's the real priest? The man in the UPK is the real priest. These priests, these pastors in Israel going to the oppressor, so the oppressor can tell him how he needs to teach the word of the Bible. The seminary schools is what they call it. They brag about the degrees they get from those schools. And they can't stand on the side of one of these priests and prophets here in the UPK. This is why we should cherish this truth. We have to wake up as a people and recognize that this school is amazing for us. This school is important. This school is like your life, your lifeline. This school will bring you back to who you should be, and we have to embrace it. Is that it on that? I think I'm close to wrapping this up. Go ahead. Go ahead.
If I may, so the school of seminary, is that where you said they can get multiple degrees? Is that where the degree in bibliology comes from?
Yeah, it comes from the seminary school, and they're ran by oppressors.
Okay.
All right.
I was asking because my grandfather, on my father's side, got his doctor's degree in bibliology.
Right.
I always wondered where that degree came from because that's not like a college course you could take.
Right, man, but it's a school you can go to. And now let me change it. Let me rearrange it for you to understand it this way. You're in a school right now, right? To get the degree you're trying to get, you have to learn what they want to teach you. And then you have to go out there and execute what they're teaching you. For you to go out there and do anything other than what they're teaching you and something goes wrong, supposedly, or someone see you doing that and it don't line up with what they taught you, what will happen to you?
You would be disowned from that.
Exactly, right? Yeah. So they're telling these preachers out here to teach this way, do it this way. And if you don't, you'll lose your church. You lose your congregation. It's not a problem for them unless it become a problem for society to see what you're doing, like TD Jakes or Creflo Dollar. Creflo Dollar real name is Creative Flow of Dollar. If you break it down, Creative Flow of Dollar. All these people are snakes, man. All these people are not right. The real priest is here in the ISUPK, where we love our sisters. We don't unalive them. We don't accept heathens in our school. We keep them away. We are all we need. FUBU is the ISUPK model. For you, by you, period. If it's not you, they won't be in the school. But we also have to have order here and respect and honor and dignity, because those are the things that's required of you to serve the Lord. If you're a sister, you're supposed to be the sweetest thing. You're supposed to be sweeter than candy. If you're a brother and you're in this school, you're supposed to be hard-bodied, a soldier, because the Lord wants soldiers. The Lord uses the men, not the women. But he also has instructions for them as well. So they're very important too. You know what I'm saying? But let's get through this, all right? Verse 46. This is the laws of the beast, and of the fowl, and of every living creature that moveth in the water, and of every creature that creepeth upon the earth. Verse 47. To make a difference between the unclean and the clean, and between the beast and and between the beast that may be eaten, and the beast that may not be eaten. The water why Yahweh Shai for this word. So now we know. Hopefully this class helps brothers and sisters out there to know what we can eat and what we can't eat. Now, most people say, well, certain fishes got fins and scales. We just found out. If you catch it and you don't see it, you don't eat it. Period. That's how it goes. All right? With that, I am priest and officer, Uriah Gabor, here in the ISUP, out of the ISUPK here in Northern California, holding it down for the Ottawa, a mighty man, Kakama Ma. This is the law class, Wednesday night law class, man. Tune into this pay. Get to the Passover, man. Pay your tithes. Do what you need to do to support this truth. Why? Because even Vladimir Putin is starting to see that the truth is the truth. Even the oppressor is telling you who you are, black man, Hispanic man, and Native man, and you should cherish that. With that, I'd like to say shalom. Go ahead, let's clap it up. Yeah, right. That's how I invite. The water for tuning in, y'all.
With a all-access pass to the lamb slaughter, all-black party, scripture breakdown class, kids party, the Lord's 55th annual Passover, and the Feast of Unleavened Bread. Get your all-access pass at isupk.com. I'm starting with April 17th events with the lamb slaughter at 11 a.m. to 6 p.m. in North Carolina. Make sure that you get involved. Make sure that you're in the house at 1921 Strickland Road, Clayton, North Carolina. Followed up on April 18th, Thursday, the all-black party, ISUPK concert series in Durham, North Carolina at the Durham Armory. Last year we tore it down, and this year it's going to be a whole movie. Then Friday, we have the kids party with a petting zoo. On top of that, it's going to be held at the Sky Zone Trampoline Park with virtual reality included. Get your all-access pass at isupk.com. April 19th in the evening, General Mahaiman's scripture breakdown class. You already know we got the heavy hitter in the building, and it's going to be at the South Square Event Center. Make sure that you're in the house starting at 7 p.m. in Durham, North Carolina. Then, April 20th, the moment you've been waiting for, the Lord's 55th annual Passover. Make sure that everybody's in the house, and it's being held at the last Black National Fairgrounds in Pittsboro, North Carolina, starting at 6 p.m. Also housing an actual slave quarters, which you will be able to go and take pictures and video footage in front of it. That's 191 Fairgrounds Road, Pittsboro, North Carolina, April 20th, starting at 6 p.m. Doors open at 4 p.m. for a brunch. Make sure you're in the house on time. And April 21st, Sunday, is the Feast of Unleavened Bread at the Haiti Heritage Center, 804 Old Fayetteville Street, Durham, North Carolina. Make sure that you are in the house. If you have not booked your hotel room, there are still a few rooms available at the Millennium Hotel. Check the number. Make sure that you call. Rooms are only available while they last. The Lord's 55th Annual Passover, hosted by the ISUPK.
outside is a jungle, and I got the heart of a lion. I just did Hebrew Academy, tried through the fire in the heart of a crisis.
Yeah, man. Man, you know, what about the class, the 2024 Hebrew Academy class? Man?
Oh, yeah, man, that's something again.
Oh, man, what about that black bunny, son?
The black party couldn't go crazy.
What? She clean, she wet, but she better shut up.
Man, I need one of them.
I'm telling you, man, in the corner of the school. I'm on Shabbat. You want to be in this year's 2024 Hebrew Academy class, and I'm gonna tell you why. You're gonna learn discipline. You're gonna learn brotherhood. You're gonna learn how to be in order, and you're gonna learn how to suffer and not give up at any opportunity, man. You understand? And most importantly, you're gonna be authorized, but you're gonna be certified in the Lord's army. Shabbat.
You like to talk a lot, but you'll get humbled. Hey, fuck all my enemies, yeah, cause they make a tumble. You gotta be disciplined. Can't do what you want to. Outside is a jungle, and I got the heart of a lion.
Pando, kill the beat.
I don't know who, somebody need to hear this. Y'all don't speak Hebrew, that's Yiddish. How the fuck you try to label us anti-Semitic? We the Israelites, blacks, native Hispanics. The Germans get locked up for the Holocaust. Meanwhile, black people still up in the Holocaust. 100 million of us died in the transatlantic. 6 million died. Y'all want the world to never forget it. You can never be a Jew. You a Ashkenaz. This ain't a star dum-dum. A gun that would die. Yeah, Yeezy told the truth and got ostracized. Not one person in the Bible had on a yarmulke. We were slaves in America like we was in Egypt. Y'all don't even fit the curses in the Torah neither. Y'all was blind to the truth. I had to make it clear how Jerusalem, your land, your people came from Europe. That was 1947. Your menorah got 9 sticks. It's really only 7. Yeah, it's us against the world. Armageddon. This what happened when you inherit lies from your ancestors. Y'all the synagogue of Satan with them black hats. Your whole nation sitting ducks, Aflacs, bunch of thieves and culture vultures ain't nothing kosher. To tell the truth, you vagabonds don't have a culture. Macedonia, Alexander and Philip, you a convert, so tell me, how the fuck is you Israel? That don't make you the people just cause you litter. Why my people can't hate your people like y'all hate Hitler? All the prophets was black and was called nigga. Y'all don't even fit the description that's in the scriptures. Abraham, all the way down to Jacob, we the real Jews. Y'all don't study Christ, y'all follow the Talmud. Keep it real, yeah, let's keep it real. Cold hard truth, it give you chills. Say y'all Jewish cause y'all ain't really them. About to do them like Hammond, it's the Feast of Purim. You BK undefeated, this an easy win. We was born fighting, y'all the evil twin. Jacob took hold of his heel, then out came his little red bass and they kosher deals. It's only 12 tribes, y'all trying to make it 13. Esau despised his birthright, the Lord cursed him. He ain't the devil who is, I'm still searching. Ask your rabbi, why he give them babies herpes? I don't know what's worse, that or you claiming that you a Maccabee. I'm about to cancel, everybody trying to cancel ye. I ain't afraid to speak, that's what I do. They riding to the core, I'm just judging them by their fruit. Cause they ain't suffering curses. If I was carnal, I promise I'll punch you in person. I know this an uncomfortable subject. They making millions off our culture and black people suffering from it. Yeah, they don't believe in Christ. They the Antichrist. Make a living off of niggas. They a parasite. I ain't afraid to tell the truth. Niggas terrified. I'm about to go DEFCON 4. I ain't satisfied.
That is proof. That is absolute proof that they know we are the real Jews. Absolute proof. Now you got the records. Go find me a white Jew on any archaeology in Egypt anywhere. You will never find a piece of archaeology with white people as slaves in Egypt. So don't tell me that they were slaves and it's their identity, and they know it. And I know blasphemy of them, but they are Jews. The Lord knows the blasphemy of you so-called white people that say you are Jews and you are not Jews.
Don't let them take you out your spirit, gotta stay focused. Can't go back living how I was cause it's repulsive. I don't ask for much, that's all I ever wanted. And not killing, die by hundreds, you can quote me. Yeah, these hoes for the streets, they ain't holy. I ain't pulling up the spiritual when devils kiss your boots. We ain't no cowards, please don't say what you gon' do. Or post something on the internet you think you gotta prove. Cause I got Karak Ice, I got Shia War, got Kasar Pakai, I got Imawan, got Kabataban, I got Tazaba, got Kakamai, got Karan Yala, got Yaragabar, Tribe Issachar, bring out Gobble War. Couple young men in this bitch with an olive oil. If you ain't in these ranks, then you out of order. It's a time for everything, right now it's time for war. And I'm still the same nigga when I'm not recording. I pull up, shoot from half like I'm Michael Jordan. I don't think they fit to join the Lord's army. I survived a Christian church, moral of the story. I done beat so many demons, I got war stories. Garment look so hardcore, look like I morphed on him. Appetite for battle, yeah, I'm war hungry. I ain't choose this life, the Lord chose me. I'm a certified priest and I don't take that lightly. How I feel about this shit, yeah, I can't describe it. I know they mad at me, cause I can't trust the white man. I gird up my loins and did something mighty. Yeah, what's done in private, it's gonna come to light. Speak the truth into these bones and watch them come to life. All my friends are dead, let loose all the plagues, yeah.